to have you here with us at Rythmia Life Advancement Center. I'm Kim Stanwood, Terranova. I'm so happy you're joining us. It is beautiful outside. It's a perfect November day, and I have two brilliant, perfect beings with me today to share with you their experience that they have had this week. So please say hello to Kim and Lola, who I'm so happy they are here. Our weeks at Rythmia are magnificent and powerful and transformative, and I intentionally grabbed these two treasures because they've had a transformational week. And the really big blessing is that Lola and Kim, I have to share it and say it, met here with how many other people when you came back?
Our first group. Oh, this time there were there's
Connie, four of us.
yeah,
Alexis,
four
yeah,
others, yeah.
That became friends through Rythmia and have returned together to have more transformation. So
A reunion.
A reunion. So welcome, you two.
Thank you.
Do you know what joy it brought me when I walked in? I was like, look who's here this week. This is so great.
Good. You bring us joy too.
Yes.
Because we see you here, but we read your books and we use the tools that you help us develop while we're here. So we're very grateful when we get to see you again.
And we get to keep doing it again and again.
Yes.
So tell us, I love that you two met here, have a great friendship, and why you chose to come back here together to Rythmia for another week.
Well, one reason was because Taita was here. I mean, yeah, we love experiencing everything together, but Taita's a big week, and I don't know. We just said let's do it. Lola has done a Taita week before. I have not, but it's a little bit different experience. So powerful and beautiful, and so glad we chose this week to come back.
Beautiful. Lola, what would you say?
We've been on a journey, my sister and I. We started back in October of 2019 was our original connection was made, and since that time we've kind of walked this path together and held the space for one another in order to create that web of safety that we as women need, so that we can heal ourselves. And I never really had a lot of girlfriends that I let my true self out with, and Kim was probably one of the first ones that they truly saw who I had become, right, through life. I've had friends that I've known since I was little, but then I left and joined the military, and the life that I had they didn't know, and so I never quite felt like I was connected like I was when I was young.
Yes.
And so when I met Kim, there was this sisterhood, this underlying knowing that I had known her for a really long time, it felt like, and we just went with it. Yeah.
But that's so profound, and so I want to say it's become our natural state at Rythmia, is that these friendships, and I've spoken about this before on our Saturdays, is that are formed here, that you didn't know each other before that October 2019. And the other wonderful beings that you came with this week, you didn't know, but you come back to grow together.
Yeah.
So you do deep work together and come back to keep growing. Tell us what your intention, each of you, was specifically for this time, and how many times you've been to Rythmia. Please share that.
Okay. You go first.
Okay, this is my fourth visit here, and my intention was to just dig deeper. I feel like every time I've come, I've gotten through layers. I mean, I'm not one of the youngest people here, and so I feel like I've had to, I'm 58 years old, and there's trauma in our lives, not necessarily serious trauma, but trauma throughout the years. And each time I've gone deeper and to a younger age, and I actually feel like I got through infancy this time. I saw things and work through things that I feel like there's still more, even though probably ancestral stuff to go through. But that's why I wanted to come, to keep going deeper. And every time I get so much out of it. So,
which takes so much courage to know, okay, it's just peeled through this much of my life. And now what I've heard you both say is that then at home, back in the world, you practice that and live that state of awakening that you caught here, and then come back for the next deeper state.
Yes.
Perfect. Keep going, Lola. How about you?
So I've been here 3 times now. My first time was by myself, and I came to Rythmia to heal bipolar and PTS and anxiety, depression, insomnia. I was on 27 different psychotropics over 20 years after leaving the military. And I'm happy to say that I've been off all meds since 2019.
So beautiful.
I only use plants to heal myself now. So that was my first journey, was purging all of that and ridding myself of the things that were attacking my body. And I gladly left with that as a blessing in my life. A year and a half after that journey, I got the calling to come back. And it was during COVID. I had already pre-booked. So my time got shifted because of COVID. And in that time, my husband decided that he would come. So our second time was my husband and I coming.
I remember that.
Yeah. And he saw such a profound change in me that he had to see what we were doing here. I could tell him everything I could tell him, but he couldn't really understand it until he experienced it. And did he experience it? So it changed our marriage. It changed our friendship. It changed everything about our communication. And we no longer were communicating from hurt egos, but now we were communicating from our hearts and able to be in our truth and speak our truth and hold this safe, sacred space for one another to continue on this path. And so that was my second time. This time, that was in March of this year that we were there. And this time was very special to me because this time was my accepting that this was my path, that I am a healer and I am to walk this path with this beautiful medicine and extend myself as her hands to help as many people come to this medicine path and heal themselves.
Beautiful.
Yes, that was my intention this week.
And intentions fulfilled all over the place right here. We go through a lot of intentions and it makes me absolutely blissed out to know when intentions are fulfilled, because it's the power of our word and our ability to co-create. And both of you are doing that. I love how both of you are speaking to the peeling off, coming back to the next layer, and even in relationship to know that your relationship with your husband has gotten deeper and the communication has expanded. Have you found across the board that your communication with others in your life has shifted, both of you?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Before Rythmia, I was a very wound up, angry person. Everything was a reaction. Everything was a trigger. It didn't matter. I could have had the best day that day, and one little thing could have sent me down a rabbit hole right into hell. And whoever was in the way, you were going to get burnt up and ashed along my path. And I knew in my heart that that was not who I was inside. And so this was brought to me by a friend. And I heard Jerry's story the first time. And not 5 minutes after I heard Jerry, I booked my appointment, the first trip.
Beautiful.
It touched my heart that much.
Yes.
And I saw such resonance with him because I felt like I was that horrible person. Truly, I did.
And you know the truth now.
Yeah. I'm not.
No, you're
I am
not.
a ray of freaking light.
Yes, you are a ray of freaking light. Kim, how would you like to speak to that about the communication levels in your life?
Communicate. Well, what I have felt, and my youngest daughter can speak to this, and she told me this before I even came, is that, well, as mothers, we want everything to be perfect for our kids, which at every point, we really have no control over. And I was always wanting to be a fixer. Like, okay, she called me, there's a problem. Have you tried this? Have you tried this? And at one point she's like, Mom, just listen, listen. That's all I want you to do is listen. And it was a big lesson. It was hard for me because I'm a fixer, but I've learned that I can't fix.
What did you learn this week? You're not a fixer. What are you?
And I've learned, as many people have tried to tell me, that I'm a healer, which we'll see where that path takes me. I've fought that. I've heard this from many people, and I kept saying like I'm a facilitator for healing, and to me there's a difference.
Yes.
Right. I'm a facilitator, but I learned this week I am a healer, and I'm excited to see where that takes me.
I'm so grateful.
I
And she listened. She heard you. And when you were to hear it, you were to hear it. You know,
Yes.
because though that's a level of acceptance, the I
Yes.
amness, to
Yes.
really accept at the core that, oh, I facilitate something, or I am a
Yes.
full embodiment of your healing gifts that the world needs.
Yeah.
So while you're both talking, I'm thinking the gifts, just what you're sharing here, that impact and roll through the world, this level of communication for yourself and how you are in the world.
Yes.
Is changes not only your lives, your daughter's lives, everyone's lives as we roll out into the world. So it's part of the reason that Rythmia's the light of it brings such shift on the planet.
Yes. Yes.
I believe.
Yeah.
Tremendous
I agree.
shift.
Yes.
I know that in my walk, it's changing my parents.
Mm.
Maybe not drastically, but there's little things that I notice. There's softenings that as family members, maybe we reacted too quickly before. And now I'm sure it has to do with age as well. We're all getting a little older and you don't want to fight as much, but there is that underlying understanding. Like my parents don't question this path. They just know that it's helping me.
Yes.
And they don't judge me on it. I'm sure my father thinks she's a little crazy, but he doesn't say it. And he knows that where I was before
Yes.
was not serving me.
Yes.
I was very unhappy. And he knows now I walk around with a smile 80, 95% of the time. So to go from that to this and to be recognized by people who were your biggest triggers in life,
Yes.
it's tremendous. And it's changed my son in my life exponentially. It's just a little
Every
bit at a
relationship,
time.
yes.
Yes.
Has
And
been
that's-
touched by this
Yes.
beautiful way.
It is a beautiful way.
Yeah.
Okay, so now tell us, what are your like just the components of Rythmia that you love and appreciate? What would that
Yeah.
be?
The food is awesome.
It is.
The food is great.
The food is awesome.
We love you, Meg.
It's true.
Yeah, and just everything. I mean, the whole environment. And I call it jokingly because, well, when COVID hit, and I came shortly after you guys opened back up, we couldn't go to the beach. So I call it the compound, which is a beautiful compound.
Yes.
I don't mind
Yes.
being here in this compound.
Yes.
But, the opportunity to go to the beach, which is right around the corner, and and the food and just everything, the accommodations, everything, the staff, everything is, well, it's like a 5-star hotel.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So I love everything. The classes. Kim is one of the best instructors here. I've learned so much, and I've gone to the same classes 4 times, but every time I get
It's
something out of it.
That's really
Yeah.
important. And I really appreciate you saying that, is that it is different. When you come back for another visit, doesn't mean that it's the same interaction you had last time. It's a brand new class because there's brand new people in it, even if the
Yes.
curriculum is based on the same philosophy.
Yes.
But the beautiful thing is maybe we're not there for us to learn something new, but maybe we're there to share something
Yes.
from a previous journey or from our integration since we've gone home
Yes.
that alleviates someone going into ceremony
Yes.
or lets them realize, wow, if they can do this, I can do this.
Yes.
Right? Because that's how together we rise, right?
Yes.
So if somebody hears my story, if some other veteran that's sitting in a classroom and we're sitting there on a Sunday and they're starting to get the nerves about ceremony the next day, and I can share what happened to me my first time so that they can understand, wow, she was a veteran and she came here and she healed.
Yes.
I can do that too.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
So,
Anything's possible.
Sharing
Beautiful.
your story, that's our mission when we leave
Yes.
here. That's our only mission, to continue our growth and to share what we have been shared, share what
What
we
you've
have,
experienced.
right, what we have experienced with the
Yes.
mother and everyone here, because
Yes.
each person that is in this space is here for a reason.
Yes.
Whether it's their smile, whether it's the light in their eyes, whether it's their gentle tone when they softly talk to you, when you are about to lose every emotion in your body, Satya. Yeah. I mean, from the moment you get on property, your energy
You
shifts.
feel the energy.
You can take a breath
Yes.
for, and I mean a breath, Kim. And you get to the front desk and there's Douglas sitting there. Hola, Lola. And it's like coming home
Yes.
to your family and they get you all, squared away and you go to your room and you walk into your room. Usually it's always a different room. And yet You walk in and you're like, hello, room. You know, it's good to be back.
The other, it's well, and you don't understand this until you come here and you're only a day or two, you realize it's such a safe space.
Yes.
And there's no judgment.
Mm-mm.
And we all walk out of here loving everybody,
Yeah.
hugging. I love you. I just met you, but I love you so much. I mean, but it's so beautiful.
Yes.
So beautiful. And you can't, I don't think people outside of this could understand that, but once you
Yes.
get here, it's just amazing.
It's a gift.
And it's so important to express that, because that safety creates the cocoon, the
Yes.
container for
Yeah.
massive transformation to occur.
Yeah.
And lots of people say in this 1 week, it's like, I wouldn't even want to say how many years of therapy that you put into
lot.
1
For
week.
me, it was
right?
over 20 years.
Over 20 years of therapy in 1
Yeah.
week
Mhm.
of healing, of deep healing, whether it's through the breath work, whether it's through nights in ceremony under the medicine, whether it's in yoga class, in the spa. But there's healing occurring, but the safety for the healing to happen wherever it's going to happen
Right.
Right.
is
Yeah,
what's
like
so important.
for example, I was in my massage the other day with Alejandra, and I started to feel like I was going to cry.
Mhm.
And the minute I said it's okay to cry here,
Mhm.
I didn't need to cry.
Mm.
It was just like feeling that safety that if I needed to,
Mhm.
not that, oh my God, I can't cry here.
Yeah.
She can't see me cry. She's going to be uncomfortable. And no, it was just, if you need to, just let it go. And the
Yes.
minute I said that to myself, it just
Mhm.
went.
Yes.
So between that and then tithe a week, what a blessing this man
He
is to
is,
this community,
absolutely.
Yes.
to this way. Between Jerry and Taita, when I was watching the 2 movies that brought me to Rythmia, both of them I had a profound reaction to. There's a scene in The Medicine,
Mhm.
the movie,
Mhm.
where Taita is driving down river on the back of a boat, and he's backwards and the camera's looking at him, and his smile, they panned back to him, and it just, like I felt,
Mhm.
I want to be that happy, that joyful, that at peace with myself. He didn't have a wrinkle in his brow or just, that's what I wanted for me. And I knew in that moment that if I followed what this man was teaching, I would find my joy again. And it has
And-
happened
Yes.
exponentially, tenfold over. I could not be more joyous. I could not be more happy. And I am walking this path because I'm a firm believer in it.
Yes. And both of you will be back.
Yeah,
Yes.
we both
How
deposit.
lucky am I? They're both coming back. We get to continue this.
At least till Jerry hires me, I'm coming back.
You know.
I never know, and I'm open to anything, and I've never been that. So the fact that I am open,
Yes.
the abundance that has come into my life in the
Mhm.
past 3 to 4 years
Mhm.
has been sweetness.
That's what
Pure
happens
sweetness.
when we're open.
Mhm.
We become really brilliant receivers.
Yeah.
I'm so honored and thrilled. I have one more question for
Yes.
Okay.
you. If you were to express to someone who hasn't been to Rythmia and they're still, even though they're appreciating all this, right?
Mhm.
I'm not quite sure. What would you say to someone who's on the fence? They're not
take this one
sure.
first.
Mhm. I have to think about that. I'd say just do it. I mean, well, one of my favorite slogans before I ever came here is "Go big or go home."
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
feel like-
Yes.
So I say just do it. I mean, you won't regret it. I mean, you won't regret it. I don't know how to, I just
Go big or go,
go for
home.
it. Yeah, go big or go home.
Rythmia's big.
I say that
Yeah.
before Yahi night too. That's what I tell everyone.
Yeah, hey.
Just go big or go home. We're here. Let's do
Yes.
it. We got this.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's
It's perfect. It's perfect.
So I'm going to do mine a little twofold. I want to talk about the financial aspect, and I want to talk about the spiritual aspect of it. So financially, my question would be, what would it be worth to you to live a life that you are in complete unison with your heart and your spirit, your soul? So dig deep and figure out what financially you would be willing to lay out to live the life that you've always wanted to live. So that would be the financial aspect.
Lovely.
The spiritual aspect. Oh.
yeah, that's
As we walk through this life, we layer these things upon us. And covers up a knowing that we come into this earth plane with. Through our traumas, through other people placing their sorrows and their sadness on top of us, we lose everything that we come into this beautiful space with, that God has given us. My question to you there would be, if you feel like your life right now is not anything less than joy, and you are suffering in any way, you need to be here. You need to be here right now, in this time, any second you can get here. Because they know the formula here to take you back to your origination, to take you back to that space that you know completely who you are at your most core self. And that is priceless, and that is worth any work needing to be done to reach it.
I think they pretty much said it flawlessly. And I get to spend this week with these two, and I will have so much more time to spend with you.
Yes, you are.
I honor you both.
Thank you, sister.
I thank you for your willingness to be so courageous. And I've said this to you both, that it takes such courage to move through these layers, and you both have done it. And I welcome you.
It's so
on
much
our
easier
next
here.
adventure. Yes.
It really is. They
It
really
is.
allow you to get to those deeper places each time you come back. It's you going deeper.
So we like that here.
Yeah.
And we welcome you, and we thank you for being with us today. And I can't wait to see you every Saturday. I'm very grateful to Lola and Kim for being here this week and for sharing their hearts with you. So thanks for showing up, and we will be back, probably going to eat some more of that yummy food right about now and enjoying the sun. Have a beautiful Saturday, and we'll
Come
see
join
you
the
soon.
tribe.
Yes. See you soon.